tries to go to the outside of Niederhauser. Vanthor weaves around to try and defend on the run to turn one. Niederhauser back. Christopher Hauser says, no, you don't. There are others that skip the end hole into the lead.
Yes, he was on it really before one of the lights went out, but he got the advantage. Everybody in the field has managed to get through. Okay, some have been a bit wider. You can see just coming through. All the cars appear to be running, and we're halfway around the opening lap.
All eyes for the moment further back. The VSR car, so I rather fear that Boguslavski has dropped rather than gained over corners, but let's count him across the line at the end of the lap and see as there's an Audi in the background getting crowded up towards the grass there. For second place, 12, BMW on the outside line, Audi on the in, Niederhauser goes through, Martin will look for the switch back, an effort being made in the background, look by the McLaren of Benjamin Goethe up on the inside of Gachet, and he's gone through.
But give him a little bit of time to settle in. It was always going to be a tough starting position, but look, everybody's side by side. And there is the 81 Mercedes that got to be the 5th place because of Lapalainen and Ferrari, who's only 9/10 of a second behind. Oh, bodywork, and
Kropinski had a dive up the inside of Alessio De Leda. Contact is the result. They both spin.
Goodness me.
Wow. But McLaren's got damage, look. That's for Silva, 4 wide, and into the lead of the class. Suddenly goes Frank Bird. The Audis get together. Through it all, into the lead of the class has come Frank Bird. Nicola Marinangeli was forced out market, second in class, but I rather fear we might have an interruption here with a car in the wall and another one parked by the side of the track. Serious incidents together. So the first one that we buy, Patrick Kropinski up on the inside of Alessio De Leda. Then up into position goes Alberto Di Folco on the outside. Di Folco didn't like that. He squeezes Marinangeli, who goes way wide. Look at the blue Mercedes from the back of the Kivs, and the Audis tangle. In fact, it was the two teammates touching, and Di Folco was the one that came off.
I mean, just as the car literally just carrying too much speed, probably doing well in excess of 200 kilometers an hour when that contact took place.
Gets pincered.
Yeah, he was simply the meat and
up because Dries Van Thor has slowed the pace, ready to accelerate away on one last chance, if you like, before he dives for the pit lane, and it helped. Now there, car running wide and almost a bit of overlapping. You can't overtake it until you get to the line, but with one car running, Callum Williams behind him, Boguslavski needs to be on the attack, but it's Williams back.
So Boguslavski probably lost fractionally going into turn 16. And that's, I think, the reason why we've got Callum.
Drivers ready, teams ready, and Van Thor comes into the pit lane then. So with 33,
that they've kept Van Thor out to the in the middle of the race of cars that are maybe in the 20s or 30s in overall position.
And that gives Valentino quite a long.
2 cars in the pits, and the 32 was in first, followed by the 46. So which of the two is going to come out?
A big chunk of time. Well, having suggested earlier that WRT might stretch the margin on pit stops. Time is, but it's not looking great because Ferrari, Lamborghini are ahead. He's hard at work. Tries to get the sweat out of his eyes. He's on lap number 21, and Valentino Rossi carrying on, but he's pulled another half a second over Legeret. So here is Marcello.
Off the exit of turn, just round wide. That's just down to, I have to say, Raffaele Marcello at the car. Got ahead of Charles Vetch, which is actually something I wouldn't have anticipated.
So Valentino Rossi building the lead. That pleases the faithful. And Maxime, 2015 was the last time a BMW, the Z4, pleased that he might be celebrating a win for number 46.
The right part of the racetrack, but he's getting pinched coming into turn 13.
Is the 4th place Ferrari of Albert Costa ahead of Giacomo Altway. Marcello is through, he's done it for the end. This is another of those typical Marcello stints, isn't it? Foot nailed to the boards.
And Marcello, slightly better position this time, just has got a little bit more straight line performance and gets alongside before the King. 88 closed down pretty quickly, in fact.
Yeah, Marcello then has got time left to have a runner-up, world final winner. Marcello goes wide into turn 9.
A little bit earlier, so Ferrari has got good straight line performance. He's blocking off, if you wish, the
Legeret. So 2 very important pit stops here. In the background as well, Nikolai Kiergaard is in. Rossi opens the door and he's good to leap on board.
Yes, and this is the opportunity for WRT to work one of them. Try and do something that would elevate them. That was what WRT were going to be banking on, that they could get that car in.
From the pit stops, the big loser is the Haase Legeret Audi. That's lost about 3 places. And although Val's last lap was a 25.0, Wirtz a 24.9, Goethe at 24.5, and Legeret 24.5. So it's going to be on the road, the Audi of Drudy to take over. Goethe will go 4th round the run up the hill. They left Mies out for too long because the car's on fresher tyres. Well, Lappy, if he can hang on to it, and it will be a great result if he can do it.
Into Panicle Band and drop down through the compression and up the hill into Druids and barely. Vincent Vos, the boss and the co-driver, all looking and thinking.
Reception, I'm sure, from the Valentino Rossi fans, both here and the championship. And he's a much better driver than he was 12 months ago. Look at this, he's not put a wheel out of line, has he, in this class of racing? This is Valentino Rossi, who is set for his best ever finish. In race win for Riccardo Fella, who started, and for the Trouser Orange 1 team, the attempt to see his best ever finish. He's second with Maxime Martin, and Valentino Rossi is a...
This is the race that Valentino Rossi has come on. He will be over the moon, as is the entire WRT BMW team.
So happy, yes. First podium. The podium is always special, but the first one also more. And yeah, you know, yesterday in the quali and give me the car in a great position, and after I had a good pace. So thanks to everybody, to all the team.
You there on the podium. I don't think anybody thought that would happen at the start of the weekend.
No, Valentino's first podium, it's amazing.
Congratulations to both of you. Well done.
Grazie, thank you.
Who kisses the trophy, does Valet, to Mathieu Drudi and Riccardo Fella. So very happy, two drivers there. Brands Hatch map engraved as well there. Valentino time in Fanatec GT. Race winners, Mathieu Drudi and Riccardo Fella. Valentino Rossi and Maxime Martin take second and third. To show awaits Mathieu Drudi, Riccardo Fella. He, for the first time, make sure that everybody knows that he's a happy man.